What's going on, guys? We are back with another replay analysis, this time of Fawoof? Fawoof? I'm going to say Fawoof. I could be completely off with that. But he's playing with his teammate Fluffy over here. He is a Platinum 1. Last season was a shooting star. 2v2, obviously. And, yeah, he got this done. Patreon.com/Gibbs00. You can go there to get replays analyzed. Free plays, coaching tiers, exclusive videos, all that fun stuff. So head on over there. Let's go back to the start. We'll start. I had like an aneurysm there. I couldn't remember how to get to this menu. So I had to hit the scoreboard instead. But we're ready to go. First face-off, completely neutral. Both players cheating up just a little bit. Doing a little creep. And we got Wasteland. It's always fun to see non-standard maps. I love non-standard maps. I know most people don't, sadly. But I love them. Good little challenge there for Fluffy. I would have liked for Fawoof to actually come out here on this play. I'm surprised he didn't. Let's go back to Fawoof real quick. So this challenge, if we pause right here, see Crispy is going back to net. He's already front flipping out. He's going back to net. And you see Prodigy, he flipped as well, and this ball is about to go up in the air. And you have to figure he doesn't really have much boost going on. His teammate as well, Fluffy, both don't really have enough boost. Maybe it's because he needed his own boost, why he didn't come out for the challenge. But he could have attacked that, thrown it in the corner, kind of what Fluffy did there. Oh, the bumps by both teams. Fluffy getting the bump on the goalie, then Crispy getting the bump, not on purpose there, of Fawoof. And honestly, like, this is a smart play by Fawoof, trying to see what type of rebound is about to happen from Prodigy over here. But Prodigy just completely whiffs, and that actually throws him off and doesn't let him make a play on this ball. Good hustle back. Great little cut there. This touch right here is the perfect time-wasting touch. You just want to cut him off, and he also grabs the boost as well. Really good play here. And Crispy is now out of the play, and he can turn around and probably make another hit. But Fluffy decides to take a little bit of a touch there for him. Some good defense here. I would have liked him to try and backflip that ball, maybe get a little bit more power on it and get it by Prodigy. But he still gets another defensive touch. Prodigy is staying with it, though. But Fluffy finally comes in for the support, making the play. And let's see what do. That was a little sketchy. Just a bit. Maybe he had no boost. I don't mind him letting the ball go across his net. That's actually not the worst play in the world, because most people are not going to read that. And it turns into a pretty softish clear or whatever back to his own corner. But just the way he backed up just made me a little bit nervous. But I do like that play where it goes across the goal line, and you know that the other player is waiting for a rebound, and you just let it swing on by and go into your own corner. I would have liked to see him turn around and get ready to dribble it pretty much out of his own corner, but instead he kind of backed up into his own goal. It worked, but I would have liked to see it just a little bit better there. We'll continue on here with Fawoof. We'll let Fluffy do his thing. Trying for the pass there, but so again, in the last video that we did, we talked about Two's pass, and see how that pass goes right out to the goalie. That's when you have to be a little careful. And Crispy actually takes it down for a dribble, so I do like the play by Fawoof here, thinking that he can meet him and do a little bit of a surprise play and beat him on that dribble, which he did. Now Fluffy's got this ball forward. Now, I'm not sure what Fawoof is doing here. This is pretty poor positioning. I understand he's trying for a fast break, but where he is right now, there is literally no pass that Fluffy can make where it's a quick pass where he can get a goal out of this. Like, Crispy will make this back in time and cut off this ball. This is a really poor play by Fawoof. He should have went to support Fluffy on his side and let Fluffy maybe try and spin it up the wall, hit it off the ceiling to get a pass out quicker, or at least be behind Fluffy, so then when Crispy does get this cut off, he could be there to clean it up and keep this ball in play. The main problem with this counterattack is the ball does get kind of caught on the wall, so it kind of ruins that aspect of trying to score extremely quickly. As soon as you see that where it's glued against the wall, Fawoof should not be up here at all. He should be circling back behind Fluffy, because you've got to expect that Crispy will win this play. He could be trying for that lateral pass from Fluffy up the wall. So pretty risky play, though, because if Crispy does win it and Fluffy does commit to it, then it turns into their own fast break on the other side. But Wasteland is more of a bowl shape, so it does get glued to the walls a little bit more, and you have a little bit more time to get back. Here we see, this is a good play by Fawoof, actually. He thinks about going for the ball, and then sees, oh wait, like Fluffy's got a much better play at this. But the problem I have with this play, once again, I talk about this nearly every video. You don't have to go in the air if you don't have to. In twos, you have so much time to waste or to use, and he goes for the aerial shot. It turns into such a weak attempt when he could have just waited for that ball to bounce and get a nice power shot high where Crispy probably could not have made the save, or he could have slowed the ball down, done a quick minor tap for a chip, and then go for the shot on the second bounce. But instead, he goes for the aerial. It turns into a really bad play where Crispy is not even in a good position to really make a good play here. It turns into a play where the ball just goes right down to him, and he can make a nice backflip pass out, and it turns into a counter goal here, which is exactly why you should never aerial when you don't have to, especially around this platinum level, because your aerials are not going to be as solid as like the pros. Like we see it all the time in pros. Pros will go for every single aerial because the gameplay is so fast that they need to. There's no time to wait. Someone will come for a challenge, but they know how to keep that ball like on top of their car, I guess I would say, and make plays out of it. But around this level, you really shouldn't be doing that. When you have time, make the most of it. Don't go for these aerials. There's no point in going for them. Anyway, let's continue. I had my spiel, my rant. Nice little power clear here. So this is exactly what I'm talking about on these bounce clears. He waits for the bounce. Just a nice, easy flip into it. It turns into a really hard play for Prodigy, who doesn't make the play. Now it's a 2v1 situation, but Fluffy misses, sadly. So it doesn't work out for him. But that's what I'm talking about, like on these power clears. Works really well. Here again, he's going off the post there, getting a little sketchy. But he gets to the clear once again on the bounce, and I like how he threw it to the side. Does not want to get dunked on. Doesn't win that second challenge, though. It looked like Fluffy was trying to come up for it, but he makes it back in time. So those plays I like. When you try and anticipate something, and if it doesn't work, as long as you have enough time to get back to your net, it's perfectly fine. Let's see what he does here with this ball. A little bit of a whiff, but it works out. He slows it down and gets in the way for the 50-50. Takes way too long of a turn here to get underneath this ball. All he has to do, like the ball's already got momentum going to the right, so all he has to do is get directly underneath the ball and just elevate it. And that right momentum will keep, and it'll slowly drift in front of the net. Instead, he tries to circle around the ball pretty hard to get even more momentum to the right, when all he had to do was just use what was already there and just elevate that ball one more time. This play by Prodigy, not a great play. You see him trying to leave. He tries to stay, probably a little bit too long. Like, I guess because he was already in the play. Not the end of the world. Luckily, it was a missed shot. But that could have been bad. And then off the wall he goes. Not a great play there either. Good play there from Fawoof. I love this play. So it's a little bit messy here, obviously. We see Prodigy kind of screw up the wall, so he attacks it immediately. He sees Prodigy miss and attacks it. And then I love this play of he's just circling out. He doesn't want to try for a back pass there. He knows Fluffy has a wide open net. He also kind of steers towards the opponent's car to try and bother them just in case and gets the bump. I'm not sure if the bump was intentional, but I do like the idea behind it to let Fluffy have as much time as possible just in case something goes wrong. Nice little half flip there to get back on defense. And then the pass was just too hard. Nice play here, though, by Crispy. This play I like a lot. So we'll go back. This is Prodigy trying to make the pass. And just, like, he gets glued to the wall too much. But I like how Crispy's trying to keep this ball alive in front. Trying to get it back to Prodigy. Doesn't get the best touch, but it stays on the wall. And those plays I love, where you're just trying to confuse the other team. And it worked pretty well. Both Fawoof and Fluffy thought that was not going to happen. And Crispy actually bought some time for Prodigy to either get back or possibly come up and try and get a 50-50 win. Go back here. Ooh, unfavorable bounce there off that wall. And at that point, you kind of have to just dive for it. This is a little rough. Right here, though, you see how the goalie has momentum, and also Crispy is there, too. You're not sure where this ball is going to go. You are the last man back. Just retreat. Whenever it's questionable in twos for a challenge, don't do it when you're the last one back. He should have just left. Turns into a nice little pinch play by the other team. And then he thought that ball was going up the wall. Honestly, I thought that ball was going up the wall as well. So just a little bit unfavorable bounce. Turns into a little fast break for them. And not much Fluffy can do here. We'll see this play. He tries to guard most of the inside post. He tries to actually come out to cut off angles, which he probably didn't need to do. He probably could have sat a little bit more on goal line because he didn't have any angles to cut off. But it doesn't work out there. I actually want to go to the shot, though. I talk about this a few times here or there, but whenever you have a shot where there's a goalie in net, you want to go near post because the worst thing that can happen is when you miss like this, turns into a perfect center right in front of the net. Say Prodigy took the shot to the outside, then that ball is cleared into the corner, basically. There is no second attempt. There is no pass. So he goes for the inside shot. Like, he does miss, but it turns into the perfect center. It also pulls the goalie out because he thinks he still has to make a save on it. Because whenever you're a goalie, you always worry about that near post because you always try and creep off it a little bit to guard the rest of the net. So you're always worried in the back of your mind of exactly where that near post is, and it gets pretty questionable. What a save here from Fawoof. Fluffy doesn't know what to do on this ball, but Fawoof comes out. Beautiful save there. Nice hustle. And I just want to see what happened with Fluffy here. I think he just got a little confused. He's going to net, but he creeps past his post. You never want to creep past your post because now you're not guarding anything. Now the only way to guard your net is to go backwards, and that's exactly what happens here. It turns into a pretty good shot by Crispy. Not expecting it, but Fawoof and Fluffy, I think, making the save there. It was a little awkward there, but it looks like Fawoof probably got the credit. Oh, and then the 50-50 dunk. I love the patience on this play. He's trying to fast break it out, but he sees Prodigy is trying to attack the ball really quickly. So all he does is sit behind the ball where Prodigy's trying to hit it. Doesn't even flip into it. Just jumps to make sure that he gets the win, and the ball slowly trickles into the net. Great play there by Fawoof. Let's just continue here. See what type of face-off we get. All right, just killing it out to the side. That doesn't really hurt anyone because the other guy also cheated up. Now both teams have a full boost, so pretty neutral. This could be a pretty good shot. Oh, he misses the shot, though. Right here, he sees there's no goalie coming. Like Crispy trying for the demo, misses. At this point, you have a wide-open shot. A little bit of a whiff, and that always hurts in overtime, but he's still available for the next play. Works out anyway. Prodigy looking confused on this final play of the game. We'll go back a bit. He kind of gives up. Right here, he just kind of gives it up because he sees like he should, but he's slowly driving forward for absolutely no reason. A little bit of ball watching here, and it puts him completely out of position. At this point, though, you have to attack that corner. Misreads the corner play, and Fawoof gets the goal, and they get the win after Fawoof with the awesome 50-50. Oh, I'm sorry, not the win yet. We still have 27 seconds left. I thought we were in overtime at this point. But great play by Fawoof. Oh, no! Disaster! I spoke too soon. Maybe they don't get the win. Let's go over to this face-off. See what the hell happened here with Fluffy. So Fluffy going for this ball. Oh, wow. It's just a super late kickoff by Prodigy. Look at that. Prodigy making plays, trying to create some type of win there. It's a very like risky play, but it works out. Fawoof going up for the cheat. And honestly, like on double diagonals, I normally don't cheat that hard. And I guess he doesn't really either. He expects that ball to be pushed out to the side. And if you expect that, once you see two are coming from the same side, where we see from Fluffy here, just push it. Just push it towards that side. Don't try and do anything fancy here. He could have easily just pushed that right to Fawoof, and they would have been looking good. But he tries to push it forward for some reason, which you don't really need to do on faceoffs, and it cost them there. But with 23 seconds left, maybe if you're up a goal, you don't cheat as hard. Maybe you try and change up your face-off strats. Don't want to give any freebies up. Uh-oh, Fluffy. A little bit unfortunate, but it worked out. Good hustle back again for Fawoof. And making some plays on the way back. So this play right here, a little awkward for sure. I think he was waiting for that ball to hit the wall, but then he was up on the wall way too soon. So a little bit awkward. Hard to do much with that at that point. But good hustle, getting it out. Let's see if he can get the fast clear here. A little worried about that wall play. He could have easily done a little side flip here and passed this out. I'm shocked he didn't. Because if he goes for this play, just jumps off the wall and side flips, it goes right to Fluffy on a fast break attempt. Worst case scenario, he completely whiffs. And no one's really ready for a play. I guess maybe Prodigy turned around there. So I guess. But I don't know. But at that point, why not go for it? Like, go for the goal. But we're going to overtime. I love all these overtimes and replay analysis. Smart. smart people doing these replay analysis, getting more bang for their buck. Ooh, Prodigy with the win there. This could be scary, but it looks like Prodigy has no one to pass to. Prodigy could have went for a little bit of a doomsy dish here. If we go look at this right here, he's jumping up the wall for some reason, which makes no sense to me. Like right there, he shouldn't have jumped. He kind of got trapped on his ball cam. A little bit of just like ball watching, and then kind of just got into a really poor position. He's trying to fast break it, so he's trying to keep up with the speed, but he didn't really need speed there. Nice play by Fawoof, though, causing that play to just be spilled out back. Problem is, Fluffy's nowhere to be seen. He was hoping for the 50-50 out to the right, but good save, nonetheless. This is a sketchy play. Woo! A little bit lucky here. Prodigy gets a really nice ball, and I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to block some angles. He actually flies past his net, though. He actually doesn't really guard too many angles there, but it worked out. We got a little lucky. We'll take it. Another good 50-50 win. Oh, no. The worst thing that could ever happen is you front flip into the ball, and then it hits your wheels, and you look silly. But he stays with the play, going backwards and trying for the dunk. Almost worked out. I like the effort there, once again, for Fawoof. Showing a lot of hustle this game, and just trying to keep involved at all times. Always good to see. All right, Fluffy with the pass. No, he just forfeits that pass out. Not sure why Fluffy doesn't go for a pass here. Just kind of forfeits it. He could have went up that wall and just gone for a little minor tap. It does take him out of the play to get back really quickly, but he could have side flipped off the wall and made it back pretty fast. I'm surprised he didn't go for that passing play. That could have been golden goal right there. Oh, Fawoof with the save. Fluffy with the save. Everyone's diving. That's fine. It's going to happen. Like when you have a poor save and you're on defense and it's overtime, you're going to have times where both commit to a save because you kind of just have to at some point. You just hope that whoever touches the ball actually makes it good enough clear that they can't take another shot right away. Good play here by Fluffy. This play's not great from Fawoof because you never really want to go in the air and lose and then be out of the play for this long in twos. Prodigy beats him to it, but it will happen for sure. But Fluffy bails him out and gets the dunk. Now we got a little fast break here. The bump and plays might cause confusion. Prodigy making a good solid stop here. Fawoof trying for the dunk, but Prodigy again, like this is the second time he delays his hit a little bit, and it works out for him. Now we got another counterattack on the other side, just going back and forth here in this overtime. Ooh, good play there, winning that 50-50, getting the demo, which probably actually hurt him in the grand scheme of things. Again, not confident on his wall play, so doesn't want to jump off the wall, but once again, could have thrown a pass out, but it looked like Fluffy called for the demo play, which isn't the best play there when you're trapped in the corner because most people cannot score from that corner. So, not the greatest idea, but we'll take it. It still didn't hurt them too bad. More demo attempts coming out. That play makes a little bit more sense. Like, Fluffy's in the middle. If he can beat out the one guy, then it's a free goal. But it is risky, because whenever you have those 1v1 50-50s, it could get a little rough. Fluffy pass it. Thank you. Oh, just a little bit too high. So Fluffy gets a golden opportunity here. All he has to do, keep this ball on the ground. I always say this. Keep the ball on the ground when you can. You don't have to go in the air. Say this ball is just front flipped into. This is the perfect pass. And then Fawoof can do whatever he wants. Instead, he puts it in the air, makes it a lot harder of a play for Fawoof. Or Fawoof. Whatever. And it doesn't work out for him. Ooh, the quick rotation. I thought he might be a little bit too late to it, but he just wins it. He thought about not going for it. That second guessing almost cost him, but barely winning that out. Got to be careful with those for sure. Nice play here. So this play I actually really like. Instead of putting the ball on top of his car, he sees that there's about to be a 50-50. He lets the ball go past his car. See how he kind of breaks there a bit? And now the ball is in front of him, so the 50-50 actually works out pretty favorably for him. Instead of it going right over his head, because them just teeing off the top. A little bit of miscommunication there, him and Fluffy, but it's getting sketchy. Another half flip doesn't really matter there, doesn't really help. And this could be sketchy. We see Crispy about to go in the air. But Fluffy making the play, but at that point, Ooh, he got lucky there. Prodigy has been a little bit slow in his aerials, so I can see why he might go up for it. But, ooh, like you heard him jump way sooner than Fawoof. So that was risky. Oh, but Fluffy with the own goal. Or at least the attempt at the save. A little bit of a weird play here. But honestly, right off that first touch, if he has no boost, I guess he can't do much about it. But that's where you have to attack. It looks like he has no boost. Or else he probably would have used some there. And it cost them the game. Super close game. But all in all, well done. But again, I always say, keep the ball on the ground when you don't need to put it in the air. Don't go for aerials if you don't have to. I saw that a couple times in this game. And it was a solid game, though, all in all. And yeah, thanks, Fawoof, for the replay analysis. And thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all the support on Patreon. And we'll see you next time. Later.